Again picked up the cockroach and again continued pulling, as though nothing happened, as though this thing was never there, as though there was never a failure. They just joyfully they continued. Because that itself, I think, was giving them great joy. So similarly, if we also work with the sense of responsibility, that fulfilling our responsibility itself is our reward. Need not wait for a special reward to come later on. Then that is a great thing. So therefore, hey Arjuna, asaktaha, remaining unattached to the action, to the results of action, to all those things and people and surrounding involved, you perform your duties to the best of your ability. Then what will happen? He says, asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. By performing or living in this way, by living with this attitude in life, you shall become absolutely pure. Means your mind will become absolutely pure, your intellect will become absolutely pure, and you will be able to realize or recognize that your own self. It will take you to your ultimate goal. Param means the supreme goal will be attained of enlightenment. Other things will be attained on the way, but it will take you to that state of enlightenment. You will not only get what you want in this world, means whatever the need of the body, the society, family and all, you will not only get that, but you will also attain the supreme goal. See, this spirituality is not something which will make a person poor. It will give a lot of prosperity. This dharma, if one follows properly, it creates a lot of prosperity in the surrounding, but ultimately it gives us that state of enlightenment also. So asaktaha hi acharan karma param apnoti purushaha. This person, a human being, will attain the state of enlightenment by just following this path of karma yoga. So therefore, hey Arjuna, don't think of abandoning your duties. Don't think of running away and just meditating somewhere. It is not possible. So you perform your duties properly. That is the best option for you. So till this verse, Bhagavan had given this reason for action. Now, there might be this question. One question is that is this your latest theory? Or is it that people have followed this path and have attained the goal? Because many times people come up with great theories. Yes, very great theory and all. A person was about to be operated and he was feeling nervous like. So surgeon looked at him and he said, why are you getting so scared? He said, this is my first operation. I am getting little scared and all. He said, look at me. This is my first experience also. I have never performed operation before, but I am not scared. So, here Arjuna wants to know whether this is his pet theory, latest, or is it time tested? Is it that people have followed this and have attained the goal? So Bhagavan gives an example. And also he tells that why even a realized person continues acting in this world, that reasoning also is given in the next verse. Let us read. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim asthita janakadayah lokasangrahamevapi Sampashyan kartumarhasi. Together. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim. He says that by karma alone, by performing their duties, great people like Janakadayaha, like Raja Janak, Ashwapati and all, some examples are there in our scriptures. But Raja Janak is very famous. He was the father of Sita ji, and he was considered to be a realized person. Though he was a king, he continued to be a king. He continued ruling the kingdom, but at the same time, he had attained that state of enlightenment. So even being an enlightened person, he continued fulfilling his responsibility as a king. Before reaching that state of enlightenment also, he was a king. So just being a king and fulfilling his duties, slowly and steadily, his mind became pure. And when his mind became pure, he came in contact with a great teacher, Ashtavakra, sage Ashtavakra. He had 8 bands in his bodies, therefore he was called Ashtavakra, but he was a great realized enlightened master. So Raja Janak came in touch with such a realized master, and from him he gained this knowledge and gained that state of enlightenment. But even after attaining enlightenment, he continued being a king, taking care of his kingdom. It's like a momentum. Like suppose the fan is moving, and you switch it off. Then even after it is switched off, it continues moving. Just because it is switched off, it doesn't stop instantly. Similarly, a seeker walking this path, and he is performing certain duties and all, he continues on that path, and then he attains that state of enlightenment. But even after attaining that enlightenment, he continues, but now not with a sense of duty, but with a sense of joy, as an expression of his love and compassion for the entire world. So Bhagavan tells Arjuna, he is giving the example of Janak, because Janak Maharaj was a Kshatriya, a king. And Arjuna here is also a Kshatriya. So you should give appropriate examples. Arjuna could identify with this example. So he says, karmana eva, by performing his duties and by following this path of karma yoga alone, sansiddhim. Sansiddhi is the ultimate state of siddhi, the state of enlightenment. When we are awake to our own nature, when we are awake to our own self, when we have recognized our own self, when we have reached our center, that is the state of enlightenment, awakened person, not identified with the body mind, not identified with the ego, but one who has recognized one's own real nature. See, when I am speaking, the sound is coming from the speakers. They are there, I don't know where they are. So suppose I identify with the speaker and think that I am that speaker which is making all the sound, then it is a false understanding. But when I come to know that I am someone different from the speaker, different from the mic, I am totally different. Similarly, this body, this mind, this intellect, ahankar, they are like speakers and mics and all, different from my own nature, which is the self. So when the mind becomes pure, when we gain the proper understanding, wisdom, And when we meditate, we come to realize ourselves. So Janak Maharaj also, following this path of Karma Yoga, which led him to Jnana Yoga, and he attained that state of realization. So Karmana eva samsiddhim astita Janakadayah. Janak, etc. means lot of other people were also there who reached this state of enlightenment. So this is not a new theory, but it's a practical path where lots of people have walked on this path and have attained. Okay, but what if I am already enlightened? If you are already enlightened, then even an enlightened person works in this world. Why? Loka sangrahamevapi samparshan kartumarhasi. This is a very beautiful term which is now taken up, and in the following many verses, Bhagavan will explain in detail. He says, not only an ordinary seeker who has not reached that state of enlightenment should work in this world for loka sangraha. Loka sangraha means, one meaning is to integrate people, to create harmony in the society, human society. We are talking about human beings. If human beings get properly integrated, it is good for other creatures also. For animal, birds, plant and all. They are suffering actually because of human beings. Lot of creatures are terribly suffering because of our faulty way of living. In the name of experiments, in the name of enjoyment, for our pleasure, we are hurting many creatures. Animal, birds, plant, nature, this, that and all. Why? We are restless. We are not satisfied with ourselves. We are disturbed. But if humanity becomes more peaceful, more satisfied, then one can live in this world with more harmony, creating great joy for ourselves and for others also. People are afraid that if we become satisfied, we might not progress. That is a false notion. We can progress in the sense we can prosper in the world even with that sense of contentment and joy. Then our life will not be for just fulfilling our needs or fulfilling our desires, but it will be like an exploration. We have to explore the world outside as well as inside. We have to take up the journey as an adventurer, exploring the world outside, which science is doing, and exploring the world within, which spirituality is doing. So this can be done if we are more in harmony with everyone around us. So loka sangraha, Arjuna, you can work in this world for integrating the world. Loka sangraha also means that, as Shankaracharya ji writes in his commentary, that lokasya unmarga pravritti nivaranam loka sangraha. To prevent people from going in the wrong direction, one have to perform action so that those who know, those who are wise, they can lead people in the right direction. Prevent people from going on the wrong path. So it is the responsibility of wise people, it is the responsibility of elders who know to prevent the other generation who doesn't know from going on the wrong path. So that is also called loka sangraha. Like in a family, it's the responsibility of the parents to see that the children go on the right path. I remember, you must be also remembering this, there was this story of that little boy who got into the habit of stealing in school.